I hit it, Jane. I hit it. I hit it hard. My delay was I had Bobo right here. And then I was trying to plug things in and do this, and then he left. But I wanted him to intro the show with me, the live stream or the vlog or the hi. Howdy and hello. Hi. Greetings and salutations. How the heck are you? I'm doing better. Can you tell? Oh my goodness. Oh, that went fast. Jane Blazer. That's what I think when I see your always emoji. Hi, girl. Howdy, girl. What's shaking? What's crack-a-lacking? Hi, Andy. I have a gratitude blast for you too coming up. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see you folks. Greetings and salutations. Hello from the peninsula of Door County, Wisconsin. Getting my accent back. I'm saying hi. I'm really thankful to get this puppy rolling again. And yeah. And I have to start off with gratitude because this now moment, what is that called? The here and now in the now moment has a lot to do with everybody in the chat right now. Hey, missing time. Hello. Happy 420 soon. Hour and soon. Yeah. So 7 months of going through it and a couple little care shares about that, but I'm on a little bit of a roll. And the past week since I went live last Tuesday, which I think was a little spoonful of sugar right there, because I was skipping all the rest of the day and doing really great. And that night I met with my mom pal. We started manifesting. We started laying down tracks. Well, not music, but visions. And we're making shit happen. And it felt really good. Then it went into a Wednesday where my sweet little neighbors, the ones who had gifted my kids that electric bike, they're like, hey, we heard the Giant's out of town. Can we take you to dinner? And I'm like, sure. So I went to the loveliest dinner, met more community people. Then it went to this evening of music, which always fills the heart up. And then Saturday morning, my dumbass, I'm taking my time. I had my rollers in. I'm talking to the Giant. He's getting ready to go fishing. I'm like, yeah, I got time for Mr. Andy Decode's live, his 24-hour live. He leaves, I blow dry, I get finished, and then all of a sudden I'm hearing again, and he's closing out his show, and then the people in the chat were like, Heidi, he was waiting for you, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I screwed up the times. So I felt a little defeated, but good old Andy took a pause, and he said, I'll be back tomorrow and jump on tomorrow. So I did, and I had the best time. Andy, your guests were extraordinary. They were not ordinary at all. They were fabulous. I really enjoyed connecting with him. I loved that chat, the community chat you had going on. He had 2 days, 12 hours a day of nonstop. I mean, we could say, paranormal and ET and all that kind of stuff, but then it was just community chat. It was heart connection. It was care shares. It was tell me a little bit about you. And here's a little bit about me. And it was beautiful. And it felt really good. So I was zinging along after that. Then I jumped onto a Patreon that I have not been in over 7 months. I am a big fan of Matthew Morney, and I have been we're going on 8 years now. And I just resonate with him and his wife. Like, I just resonate with him. He actually called out the Giant in my life before my Giant appeared. And just a lot of little coinky dinks with him, or synchronicities, I should say. Even just our meeting. I've met him in person several times too. He's just always spot on. So anyway, I was already choked up from this time on Andy's show. I was already having this choked up moment. Wait, am I talking about Sunday now? Because I have some big blast to share with my my pals in here. What you say? Hey, Moggs, is Moggs in here? Hi, hey, Roger Blair. Nice to see you, Roger Blair. Hey, Moggs. How the heck are you, Moggs? Good to see you. I'm usually late to the party, but I try to give that algo bump, give you guys a like. It's good to see you all up there. You as well have an incredible community. So sending you hello from the Midwest. I'm in the Midwest now, Moggs. So in my state of layers coming out, I jumped in Matthew Morning's Patreon and got myself my little monthly reading. And I never give information. Like, I'm not giving stuff. Anyway, he already tapped into your lungs full of sadness. You just have to cry. And I was already choked up in the middle of this crying and this release. And everything he was saying was just on point again, per usual. It just basically gives me an unlock. I was just asking for like assistance and realignment. And basically it was advice to just fucking scream. Just scream. Just go and just get it out. Like, just, and I did. And guess what happened very soon after that? I got these 2 little bumps. Not my party day bumps, but regular bumps. I had 2 notifications. Carol and Jane Blazer. I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it out loud. I have friends in the chat right now that just gave this a tip. I don't want to say, I don't know what's the right words. Does it sound tacky to do that? Let's just say I was like, I felt, I realized I have a very difficult time receiving. I'm Scorpio bit. I don't ask for help very much, but receiving an offering or a gift or any of that stuff, I get a little trippy over. And interestingly enough, it's always divinely timed. Now, it's happened before with my pals in here, but and it made me emotional as well. And of course, my mind went to, oh, here I am again in a really bad financial state, and I'm so embarrassed, and humble, embarrassed, and all that. And then it was like, just their graciousness was like, receive this. And here it comes again. I was just like, I received it, and I'm so blessed and so thankful and so lucky. Thank you so much, you guys. It was so kind. It was selfless, and it was just the series of events that made me feel like I'm going the right way again. So thank you. Oh, Justin, he's asking for LaCroix. I worked with Justin on set. You guys, thank you so much. And you guys are in there, and it was really kind. Wow, I don't even really get my beer in much anymore. Here I go. Emotional. Super grateful. So what did that do? They both even gave notes of, so Hucky Pie's birthday is Thursday. I'm going to have a 13-year-old. I'm going to have a little team. And my daughter's is coming up too. And so is the Giant's birthday. And so is our anniversary. Like, this is the time of year that it's like boom, 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 boom. But we're in such a situation that it turns out most of August, my Giant will probably be gone. He's rearranged it so he'll be here for my daughters, but he might actually not be for his birthday and the anniversary. And I said, that's okay, because we need the work. But we will celebrate. We're talking about maybe renting a jet ski or a boat or something, have some fun after I get all my gummies that I need. So anyway, the bump was very helpful. Thank you. And it just was a little bit of a relief. So I really appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thanks, Justin. He's been tearing up today too. I know, I love it. And you know what? It's just these random little rainstorms now. I also, to segue into what I'm actually doing now, which is kind of funny. Blazer, you're a Scorpio too? How did I not know that? Did I know that? I should have known that. I probably know that. I think there was one era where you were just saying happy birthday every day to everybody. So maybe I just didn't realize who's doing what. Oh, gosh. Oh, I'm going to have to read all that, Justin. Oh, Pop's Country Store. Here we go. I will be a guest on Pop's Country Store Friday, September 18th. Am I right there? I believe I'm right there. So yeah, big shout out to Andy Decodes and his wonderful crew at Alienate UK, because it just felt like it was so fun to talk about that stuff again. So I'm looking forward to sharing some cool things. Oh, thanks, Missing Time. I'm kind of going backwards. You did a good job with that, Andy. Oh, it's good job. You did. I thought you said on Andy. Andy did a great job with that. He handled it like an absolute boss. So very cool. Happy birthday, Blazer. And Justin's a Gemini. So that was my really fast gratitude blast. And I didn't mean to come out so fast. But my point is, the whole being lost and tumbling around here and oh my gosh, did I go the wrong way? And then understanding how could I go the wrong way when my kids are happy and my husband's happy? I'm not. I just got to find my way. The reality is for over 6 years I've been vlogging and care sharing, connecting with community. When I went dark, when I went mute, that's when hardships happened. So it just hugs and nudges from the community alone reminded me that I already began putting roots, and that's in these communities and things. So might as well tend to them and fill the heart up with some light again. And it was really good to do that and the timing because between yesterday and today with my new job. So let's talk about the new job. Hi, Michael Cuff. How the heck are you? Nice to see you. Man, Michael, I get your notifications for your shows, and I know you're on several platforms, but with several channels on those platforms. So whenever my phone each day it goes ding 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 ding, and it's like notification, like all your shows on all the different channels, which I think was pretty smart to do. But yeah, I definitely we bump those algos of pals, right? We help them out. I'm glad you're good there. So this platform and just from what I've shared of myself, which is pretty colorful past, I've done a lot of things, but a lot of hospitality. I've done craft service. I'm a teacher, mom, all these things. And once I moved here, started waitressing. That was new, like in a bar and stuff. And then now I'm doing retail. And I've really never done retail except the chocolate chicken when I was young. And so it's another whole new world for me, but it was gifted. I received the opportunity because I was seeking it. And it was effortless and I'm really enjoying it. I'm having, that customer service part. I wish I made commission, man, because I'm doing pretty good. But I get to meet just some randos and it's kind of cool. And so anyway, someone came in today. Now they were not cloaked, but they could quite possibly are an angel in disguise because that is kind of what's filling me up again. It's kind of following all the blessings of the past week. And this was just meeting somebody who just happened to move to town, so they say. And they just happened to stop and see one of the windows because it's kind of like a department store. There's multiple stores in this one area. And we just have one little area set up in the front. And one happened to be a display book. It's not even for sale. It's just a display book that intrigued them enough to come in and start talking to me. And I was flooded with energy and with bright light, and it was a healthy exchange. And yes, this woman wound up buying some things, but total creator being, total like gypsy nomad, all this, but asked the right questions. And it was fun. I walked away like, was that person real? Was this what? Am I finally tapping into the ghosty ghosts? I've been waiting 7 months to have encounters. And are my encounters starting? Because another gal pal who works in one of the other stores in that building, she didn't see this person. Just me. And I'm like, was that exchange meant for me? Because what it did is it brought up memories. I heard myself instead of moaning about, oh yeah, this is going on and that's going on. And I'm just kind of like doing it because I have to or whatever. I was hearing the positive bits going on, my Popptimism, but I was also kind of delivering my own mini care share and reminding myself who I am and reminding myself what I've accomplished. They asked me so many like cool questions. And no, I don't think they're like Men in Black or anything, but it was enough for me to go, oh yeah, that is kind of cool. They used the word colorful. What a colorful past. Kind of like, and not what are you doing here? But kind of like to think you've done all these things and look how you get to share your energy with these people. It was very special. And it also reminded me that, especially talking on Andy's show on Alienate UK this last weekend, that I am in truly a hot spot. Wisconsin's a hot spot, and so where I'm located too. So I'm kind of feeling my radar, my frequency has been tuning up, and I'm starting to pay attention. So how's that? Thank you, Michael. Michael, I think you've heard a vent before, haven't you? A little talk text like, I think I'm okay. I don't know. I'm not well. I just can't go live. Michael's heard that before. I was like, what's it all about? Um, thank you, Michael. Thank you very much for that. And um, so that happened. And then Sunday night after these bumps from pals, after this great time chatting with Andy and his friends, we went out to some live music. And we saw this guy, Pat McCurdy. And wait till you guys see, especially Carol and Jane, wait till you see the t-shirt I bought the Giant. But this guy is hysterical. He's really funny. He's like one of those comedian singers. He'll play with the audience. He'll get a name. He'll like turn it into a quick jingle. And people are crying, laughing. And it was really fun. So it was like this perfect, like wrapped the week up in a bow of like, okay, I feel back in my skin again. Which is a good place to be. And then I realized the whole time I wasn't was I forgot what a wonderful human experience, what a wonderful story we lead up to, of the highs and lows of it and everything. Everything's teachable moments. So I just kind of saw the beauty in it all, the messiness and everything. Healed another chunk of the heart, enough of it to continually go live. So here I am again. So that happened. So that was kind of cool. And I got so soft because I've been really like, ask the Giant. But I got so soft that I actually was able to have a healthy conversation with the Giant about my daughter's upcoming birthday, because I've had a promise for a couple years for a kitten. We might get a cat again. I don't know what y'all think, but I spent most of my life with cats. And since James died, it's the longest I've ever been without a cat. And so we always said when Charlie turns sweet 16, we're going to welcome in a kitten, and it might be time, I think. So he's soft about it now. So cross your fingers. That's my latest. So what's happening with you? Oh, Blazer, that's been up the whole time, huh? Oops. So isn't it kitten season? It feels like kitten season. That's what they kind of say. Like all the feral cats popping out kittens right now. So it might be a good time to look around. So that was my super big optimistic care share. Okay, bye. No, just kidding. Carol Jane, how's it going down there? So we supposedly were supposed to have a tornado come through last night. It didn't. We got a little bit of wind, but north of us, the little island north of us, Washington Island, they actually got a shelter in place warning, but then it was kind of a nothing burger. So what's going on down by you guys? Well, I just noticing that you can't trust a damn thing, not on the weather apps, not on anything that's going on, because you can't even track a storm anymore because it'll go away and then it pops up again and then it does all this stuff. So if anyone has a good weather app that they like, please share, because it's hot. Yes. The sticky, it's humid, right? Yeah. I'm still getting used to that. It's good for the skin though, isn't it? And now I'm like in air condition all day when I'm at that little store. So, and then all of a sudden the store was a little dark. I mean, I'm not buying any windows, but there's windows in there, and it's been really kind of slow today, and it got dark. And then the girl that covers me, this woman, she came in and a little late, and that's not like her, but she's, I just got caught in the storm. I'm like, what storm? I didn't even know it was passing by. It was like bright and sunny when I got there, and then voila. Yeah, we just got a dump. So I ran home in the puddles, and now it's kind of covering up again. You guys still have a lot of haze and smoke, so I'm hoping this rain and the wind that, what went through last night cleared some of that out, but I don't know. It's still happening, I guess. The smoke in the air has been toxic. It's the first day in, how many days has it been with this Canadian thing? It's the first day that we finally are down to moderate instead of, those super unhealthy things, unhealthy notifications for the weather. So crazy. We can get it a lot up here though, but where we are with this being the little island, it just sometimes floats around us. It dissipates and picks up again on the other side. The smoke will be there. It's although I should say it's just too hazy now to even know, cloudy wise. Boy, I'm all over the place, aren't I? I needed a gummy, didn't I, Jane? Oh shit. Excuse my French. Um but I don't know. I probably not because of the settings on my mic though, but the wind is a gustling. I kind of like it. It feels really good too. That's why Bobo was sitting up here because he's right in the front of the window with the breeze. Sticky otherwise. And we're in a super old house. It's 110 or 12 years old. No central air. We have 2 units that the giant put in the house, 2 window units. And guess where they are? They're right in front of his chair. One of them's in front of his chair in the living room where he sits and watches and looks at the people. And the other one's right next to his bed. Not on the side that could circulate the room, just next to his bed. Those are our 2 air conditioning units. So the giant is still gianting. That's what he's doing. Well, guys, I'm going to keep my eye on the weather, Carol and Jane, because I know the heat is on and I know that little place by the river, that probably could bring some relief, but I got to find a time, because when I got here, it was all about, okay, now there's a blizzard. I can't come visit them. It's a blizzard. I can't get there. Then it was, oh my God, I'm working my ass off for my sister. And oh my God, I have no time. And then it's, oh no, the thunderstorms are insane right now. Like the worst they've been forever. There's flooding. There's this, there's that. Couldn't get there. Now it's too hot to get there. So when the heck am I going to get there? Maybe fall. We're going to see the leaves change in fall. Maybe that would be a good time. That would be fun too. We'll do a live from noise. I do have, and then I did get Charlie a concert ticket. We're going to Chicago for a weekend in November for some girls' time. We're going to see someone she really likes in concert. I think it's their first concert, and do some Chicago stuff. So I do love the Midwest in the fall. So I can't wait. I keep getting told too, I'm surrounded by maples. I got some birch, but the leaves are going to be incredible. So fall, that would be a great drive too. Yes, it would. And then we might very well, gosh, I don't know. It depends on homecoming because my daughter will be playing in the homecoming game and parade. She's in band, but when they do the parades and stuff, she's the lady in the front, the girl, like, like, I don't know, what do they call? Drum major? Was that it? The drum major? She gets to do that stuff. So I'm not missing that stuff. But we did get a wedding invitation and we might be going back to LA for a little bit. Might just be the Giant and I trip. But we're going to go, one of his old coworkers. We're going to go to their wedding, go see his babsha, go see some, yeah, maybe my one friend. Well, I'm looking forward to fall. Well, good. Well, what was else? I think I was talking too fast, huh? That was I think to humbly care share that, holy smokes, I am so grateful. But also it's not about what the offering is, it's the selfless act of doing it, right? Just like the check-ins when someone's MIA for a while and it's like, hey, where the heck did you go? Is everything okay? All those little acts of kindness, they chip away at a hardened heart. A hardened heart that's been dragging their feet going, oh my gosh, what have I done? Like, I'm really grateful. So this was my gratitude blast, and I'm really thankful, you guys. So who's next, and why? Who have I been missing? I've been missing Carol and Jane, and I got to catch up more on those. But as you can tell too, I also got really good sleep Sunday night and last night. Last night especially, I don't know what it was other than my body finally feeling at rest. Maybe some of the stress was gone a little bit. Maybe just I'm feeling more into this new routine, which involves the new job and everything. The gummy is working. It's always working, Mox. But just settling into a new routine. It kind of, maybe that's what was needed. I had one before, but when you're going the wrong way, the big U is going to show you, whether it fucks you up in the body you just keep getting sick or in pain, whether you keep getting meeting disgruntled people. I don't know. You're going to kind of be shown you're going the wrong way. And I was ignoring that for a long time. So my body was pissed. My mind was getting dark. My heart was getting just heavy. My lungs were full of grief, like total grief. I swear, screaming in the pillow this weekend helped. And then just big old cries helped. And then this incredible sleep I had last night I'm really thankful for. Hi, Lulu Bell. How are you? Nice to see you. Cheers to you, my dear. Yeah, super cool. Well, I have a question for the handful of peeps. Should I start interviewing again? People. Should I start interviewing people again? I'm kind of feeling that's what's been coming out now with the restaurant. When I was in that world, it's quick, right? I mean, you're talking. I do miss making tips. I was really good at making tips. I probably made more tips than I did hourly, and it was a good hourly. But I miss that little where are you from? Who are you doing? Like get a little something, get a little personal with the person. Now with the retail, you can do that a little bit, but it's a certain clientele. So it's not as eclectic of a group. But I do miss chatting with people and bringing out their stories and their human experience. So, and Jane says yes. So, okay, done. And so it is. There's some interesting people out here. There was someone I used to work with that their whole demeanor with me changed, like in a shy way. Like they were really like, what's it all about? Into, themselves and just doing their thing. And then one day I was, working again with him and they were just shy. Like it was weird to the point where I go, what is up? Like what happened? And she disclosed that she was, well, I saw you on Facebook. And she was, and I saw your Facebooks, both of them. And then I just did a little search and then I saw you in places. And she's like, what do you do? Like, what is this? Are you like, is this the part of Hollywood? Like, it was just a really innocently sweet, like, just like, what is this? People out here don't do live streams. People out here don't, you won't see me walking around with the camera live streaming out here. People don't even take the pictures around. Like last night was my son's last tournament, like soccer tournament game. They lost, but it was a good effort. And no one's just sitting there filming, which is fantastic, actually, because who isn't filming when you're in LA? It does get like ridiculous. Like seeing influencers in the wild and there's everywhere. It's ridiculous. And here you don't see them at all. It's a step back in time, which we love, absolutely love. So when she started behaving differently to me, I was just kind of like, hey, Tammy Johnson. When she was behaving that way to me, I go, that, live streaming is just care sharing from the heart. Like I have no, financial gain. I have no, when I would do that, that was years ago. And that was a totally different scene. And, you have to search for me and stuff now to even find anything. But that was something else. This is literally like just sharing a live stream with people across the planet. And it's kind of fun. And yeah, been on interviews, been on shows, been on done stuff because but just sharing my story, my human experience story, which we all have. And you could see her soften up a little bit. And then it was all about the questions. And then I started giving her these easy, relaxing questions, and she softened a little bit. And then I found out some of the most fascinating stuff about her. And then I saw how intrigued she was. And I'm like, listen, if you think it sounds, because she was very excited about it all, I go, if you think it sounds like a fun idea or something to do, I'd love to interview you sometime. And she's like, really? And I'm like, yes. I go, what a fun life you've led. And, it's, I bet people would love to meet you and hear about it and stuff. So then the wheels started turning a little bit again of like, yeah, I could interview some new peeps. And not just the circle jerk from the old groups that I used to follow. Oh, Tammy, thank you. I finally have him again. She says, love the positive vibes. Finally back in there, and it has a lot to do at the very beginning of this of me sharing that was the community getting me back in alignment, whether it was jumping on the live streams like Alienate UK, whether it was offerings from my friends Midwest Night Watchers and Blazer. Like there have been enough for me to go, I have friends. And I started feeling a little bit better. Cause yeah, it got cold here for a little bit, you know. Hi, Area 50 Juan. Nice to see you. Yeah, it's kind of like what's the Jets? What's that? What West Side Story? I don't know. It's kind of like we got some rivalry going on. It was like the she who shall not be named, but you know, when I was running into some situations with my sis, you know, she literally is like, you can't talk to my friends. Like she was literally trying to put a line in the sand, like, no, 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 like controlling my narrative of who I can interact with. And I'm like, what are you afraid of? A, B. I didn't know that's how this worked here. I thought just coming to be myself, and if I happen to make a friend, great. No, it was very calculated. Okay, moving on. Not going to go down that dark road. Anyway, guess some snarky bits are alive and well. I'm trying to do my best with all that, but I mean, it's going to come out once in a while, won't it? That's the Scorpio bit. I've learned a lot from it. I'm done, you know, being woe is me about it. And once in a while, I'll do a little jab because it was very inappropriate behavior. It wasn't cool, man. So yeah, I'm making my own friends. Like angels, like beings that just happen to put on a meat suit and come into the store and have an exchange with me, and no one else saw them. So what was that? Oh, taco detector, you made it. Hello, hello, nice to see you live from Chile. Chile in the house. Nice to see you. Well, speaking of, I know he'd asked me multiple times if I could interview him. So maybe we shall do that. So if you see, I'm getting back into my mindset to be able to do that taco detector. So far, this little schedule's working out with my new employment. For next month, I might have to move it to Wednesdays because I'm being offered more hours left and right. So we'll see how that happens. But therapy, right? This is therapy. Cheap and free therapy. What's happening on your area of the world, taco detector? How's it going over there? How are you doing? And how are you, Tammy? And how are you, Lulu Bell? What's going on in your areas? I'm kind of in this area too where how do I word that? Where I had curated a community of like minds, right? And so whether it was geopolitical crap, whether it was, you know, regarding holistic medicine or education or whatever, consciousness, whatever it is, you curate a big community where, yeah, you can freely be yourself, but, you know, you're not censoring some things you have to say. I'm noticing that there is quite a few people in this small little area that get a lot of their information from the TV. It's getting a little tiring. And it's hard to mute myself because it's you see how easy they can get triggered or rocked, and it's like, oh gosh, I remember those feelings and I don't want to do that to somebody. So gotta find your peeps. Hi Sarah, how are you? I was just gushing about Alienate UK earlier. Oh, with the translation. Yeah, how would we do that? Would they come on with you? Because that could be something interesting to navigate. We'll figure that out. I believe you gave me your email. So we will figure that out. How about that? And if you've noticed, Carol and Jane, I haven't been using the intro that I did before. I did show it to my mom friend out here, which is really funny because what we're co-creating, we were struggling with these images. And I'm like, let me try to use some AI. And she's like, oh, what? And to us, we're like, that's the Terminator coming in. We got to do it all au naturel. I'm like, wait a second. I was once a believer too of no, none of it. But then, and I told her about doing episodes on it. I curated a song and I created an intro and imagery based on I was the creator of it and I used it as a tool. And it was kind of interesting. So within like 5 minutes, we came up with some logo ideas and it was like, it was possible. I go, you can't just generate every possible little thing you want because it does, we don't want those data centers taking over the world. We got to be mindful of what we actually are generating and make it with purpose, in my opinion. So she kind of got a little like, all right, UK in the house. Oh, expecting Bertha. Oh, are you down? Are you down south? Is that coming through the Gulf right now? Are we back to the bees? Is that where we are? We're expecting Bertha, so focus on getting the farm animals, not worrying about the people drama. Oh, good. People drama is just that. Yep. I've been out more socially than really before. Before, in the last couple of years, it was just kids. I was a teacher. And if I had to talk to the adults, I did, the parents and things. But now it's just constant adults. So I have a very different mindset. And it's very interesting that when people meet me or have a conversation with me, they assume they know what side of history I'm on, or they know my belief systems. And I don't engage. I have not engaged very much. Not to play them along, but just to like, that's how I diffuse it. I'm not engaging in it so that they kind of just do their thing and then we can move on to other stuff. Like, where's a good place to eat? Do you like this music? Life, not puppet master talk. Everyone is super hyper fixated, to me, I think so, on who's pulling the puppet strings instead of just using their own inner compass. Like, if we just change the conversation and narratives, what we're choosing to do in our life, we could probably connect in our communities a little bit more. There's a big division even here in this tiny little small town. I've been noticing it more and more lately. Keep an invitation, my friend. Thank you very much. Awesome. Yes, send me that email again, an invitation to chat. And San Antonio, okay. Do you know what? Maybe this is a sign, Tammy. Earlier, I was talking about this person that kind of just happened to run in the store that I'm working. Now, others saw them. They were so bright, not just with their words, but just like of their presence made me feel something. And then when they left, I was kind of in this breathless moment of like, what was that? Instead of who was that? I was like, whoa, okay. I'm picking up on a different frequency again. This is cool. And they just activated me a little bit. So I kind of feel like it was an encounter in a cool way. And they were talking about San Antonio. So there's my validation. My sister used to live there and I had a friend move there, but they couldn't tell me one thing about it that I knew. None of the streets, the little area downtown where we sat on the river. It's not like I was quizzing them, but I was like, interesting. They lived there for a long time. They couldn't name it all. So I'm like, was that their cover story? Are they just cloaked? Did they come up from like Michigan or down from the sky? I don't know. Or from under a mound? I don't know. Oh, Pop Spikes, how are you? How are you? How are you? Nice to see you. I'm so looking forward to being on your panel. I was teasing with Blazer and Garrel. I'm like, hey, multiple pops on a pop panel. This is going to be perfect. And that's September, correct? Or did you already go there? I have to scroll down a little bit. One sec. Pops. Yep. Oh, there you go. I'm looking forward to it as well. Is it next month or is it September? Well, you let me know. I will make it work either way. I'm looking forward big time. I can't wait to even just, I know you've done interviews before, but I think I saw you on Coley's channel. But, to see everybody's handles and then to see them in the flesh, which is kind of fun. It's really cool. And have that exchange. Pop's Skunk Store. Here it is. Ooh, am I going to pull out my Southern twang? I really want to get back down to Chicago too, is although I don't drink much anymore. We'll see what those gummies can do, but My Chicago accent. If I get feisty, man, it's straight up Chicago gangsta. Well, that wasn't. September 18th. Okay, perfect. Can't wait. Well, I look forward. As you know, I sometimes can be guilty of diarrhea of the mouth, so don't have to put a muzzle on me, but just steer me wherever you'd like. I can't wait. And I can't wait. So if it's a panel or multiple people, I can't wait to hear all the people that are going to be on it. Viva Talk. Love it, Talk Detector. Thank you. Listen time. Well, yeah, I'm truly looking forward. And by then, my gosh, I'll have 2 more months of this getting back in these frequencies. I might even have some more stories to share. You'll have to put up the girls asking questions. All right, I can do that. I can totally do that. I got you. Like I was saying earlier that it was so fun to be on Alienate UK, and we did talk about the woo a bit. Like it was great, but it was also, just being human too. And then listening to some of the other 24 hours of it, it's just community conversation that's effortless and flows very smoothly. I love that. I absolutely love that. When we did talk about the woo and the paranormal and the stories and all those kinds of things, the rum that just started, maybe that's what all this is too. And then running into that being this morning, it's like, oh yes, it's the frequency you tune into. I went to bed very clear, clearing myself, but very specific, asking for assistance, not channeling anything and doing all that stuff. And then I woke with, pay attention to the signage, the synchronicity, the alignments. And sure enough, it's like, hey, you have encounters. Ooh, just got a gush of wind with that one. Thank you. Thank you, sir. May I have another? Absolutely, Miss Sarah. Look at all that. 100% all the way. I'd like to, okay, here, Talka. I'd like to share stories and legends about lost treasures in my country with you in Chile. Also, I work in emergency services, saving lives. Oh, you probably do have a lot of tales there, working with energies. Oh, fascinating. Well, I look forward. See, asking you shall receive. What is that? 20 minutes ago, I'm like, should I do interviews again? And here comes Talco Detector, ladies and gentlemen. So let's pump it up. So I might need to do a new intro. If this is rebooted 2.0, or what am I on now as far as my socials? What would I be? Do we start with MySpace? If so, I'd be like, Howdy Pup, 22 years in the making. I don't know. We'll figure it out. Down in Chile, Talco Detector, have you had any contact, or seen any UFO crafts or cryptids or some anomaly that made you go, this isn't from this dimension? Has that ever happened to you? I'll ask you again when you're on camera. Yeah, so on Alienate, when I got off of that, I'm like, yeah, I'm in a spot. I'm in my old stomping grounds, my mom's old stomping grounds. Why have I been so miserable about the 3D? I know there's other Ds. I want to play with some other Ds. Yes, that's my new thing. There we go, Blazer. I am hiding 999 KO. Perfect. 3 UFOs. Did you see 3 UFOs, Sarah? And you're in the UK, aren't you, Sarah? Which did you say? What part are you? Were you by Andy? Are you Manchester? He's like Boren. Hey, 3's more than none. I still found it fascinating. With my mom, I didn't get to share this, Sarah. 3D whales. Rails is just heaven on earth to me, right? I think I was sharing that about Snowdonia, but oh my gosh, my giants from Clandudno. I would have said that wrong. Oh, I love Wales. I'll be there in 2028 for a wedding. Woohoo! Well, yeah, getting off that live, I was like, um, let's play. Not entities come and grab me and take over my soul again, but let's play. And it takes me being in a certain frequency to allow the protection, to allow the experiences, to be cognizant if it's friend or foe. Because there was far too long that I had been up here that the negative, the dark was just going. That now I'm like, it's back to the Care Bear tummy blast. And I'm fine. I will weed out the people who don't care for it. It's fine by me. Because some do. And even if it's the one little lady I met today that I just kind of wanted to pull at her face a little bit, be like, who's under there? What is this? Is this my dad? Like, what is, oh, speaking of, I have it. Another fun thing that happened. I got to share this fun little bit. Be the glitch, 1000%. That's my favorite filter too. Be the glitch when it's like, I'm holding it. So I don't know who jumped in when and how, not this one, but for the past couple years. Thank you for being here, by the way. Don't forget to like, subscribe. Just tongue-tied. I'm just a little too giddy. Like the golf balls. So my dad's been gone since 2018 from the physical, and my little signage of him, everybody's kind of, some people have a little symbolism that they see. They pick up a penny or they see a bird or something that reminds them of their loved one. Or sometimes that is the loved one who's crossed over that sends them a little message or a little nod or a little like, I'm here, or, the just a little tool, right? So golf balls was kind of my thing with my dad because when I was a kid, I was blind as a bat. I'm still legally blind, couldn't hit the ball worth shit, but I was his caddy just for the fun of it. And because he tipped me. And um, whether I walked the bag or drove the cart or whatever it was, to me, it was like our little bonding thing. And I am where he was born. In fact, where our house is, literally a stone's throw is the hospital that he was born in. It's now turned into like a senior care living. But I'm here. I'm back at this route. And so golf was a thing. And so there have been a few instances, at least a handful, where the most random of times when I'm, trying to either connect or seeking an answer specifically from him, whatever it is, and I'll find a golf ball. I think the craziest one was when the giant moved us into a house, in the up and away house, I called it. It's in LA, but it wasn't in the hub of LA. It was kind of like the up and away house up into the other valley, and it was quieter. And we're in, one of those, I call it the Truman Show neighborhood where, plan A, plan B, plan C for a house. And it's all very groomed and landscaped and manufactured and all that kind of stuff. But it also was kind of on top of each other. And we happened to be sandwiched between houses with another house behind our fence in the backyard. And, and basically no one in their right mind would be hitting golf balls. Period. You're going to hit another house. End of story. I mean, even kicking the soccer ball, we had to be specific because right over the fence and it could go in a window or something. But moved into that house and it felt like a hamster cage. I'm always was kind of spoiled with cool views, or even when I lived in the valley, I had an incredible little garden. It was a total infested rental, but the land, the yard was gorgeous and super private. So I moved in this thing and I was like, hamster cage, but also like, am I going the wrong way? And is my dad proud? Like, I just felt like I wanted to connect with him. And my giant, seeing me go through my woe is me stage, my strong giant hung a swing for me in the little tree, like the little net swing. So I could just daydream and he could let me just like move through whatever I was going through so he can get me back. And we were out there a lot. The kids were out there. The dog was out there. Tiny little plot of land. We had tiny, not much square feet. And so you could see every inch with one little circle. Anyway, I'm swinging on the swing. And then I hit a freaking golf ball. There's a golf ball under my foot. And I was underneath the chimes that one of the commercial production houses, when my dad passed, one of my crews I used to work with, they got me this beautiful wind chimes with like an engraved wooden plaque in memoriam for Terry, is my dad. And it was right next to me. And that started going off with no wind. And I touched the golf ball. And I was like, win! Like, I feel it. I thought it was a beautiful nod. I love those things. I love hearing about people's stories with those things. And I just will not try to make it anything else other than a, a nod from my dad. So a couple days ago, as I'm transmuting all my stuff, thankfully, due to some incredible hearts in the community that were really just one after the other, whether they knew they were doing it or not, the divine timing was unreal, because it was like one thing after another that just lightened me up so much that my son, he was out on a bike ride, and my giant was out fishing. And turns out my giant was going down the canal in a boat and saw my son under a bridge on the bike. And sure, he was like, Huck, 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 and Huck's kind of like, someone's calling my name, but I'm not listening. But because my son was distracted, because as the giant's calling his name, my son's living his best life, Mr. Independent on his bike, he happened to go by and see a golf ball. So he turned around to go back and get it for me, because he knows what the golf balls mean to me. And I was thinking, who the hell has a golf ball there under the bridge? Like along the canal? Who's golfing over there? Nobody. And it's not one you can't see. Look at this bright little thing. So super bright. Like it was an obvious, like, come pick me up. Because there not one course nearby. It was one little path that just happened to be going under a bridge, and that's where it was. And then there's a huge canal next to it. And well, like nobody's golfing. Somebody drop it? You never know. We could come up with some story to make it, dismiss it. Or we can just say, Pop, my dad gave a nod to my son, and my son, and it was all like this connection, like ding, 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 ding. Even with the giant, I always said I dreamed that my giant could meet my dad, because they never met. They never had a chance to meet. But interestingly enough, my giant came into our life soon after my dad passed, when I'm on my knees and snot's pouring out. And it was like I was already in a crazy place in my life. And my dad was like the everything in our house. He took care of everybody in multiple families. He had, like a big brother, big sister. He had a kid that he took care of. Like my dad was a giver. And it's like, kind of like when he went and the family fell apart, it was like, I want a partner. I want a partner like that. And then enter stage left the giant. So I love that shit. I love that shit. I think it's beautiful. So never seen a golf ball like that, like a neon one. Now I have kind of seen a neon one. It kind of looks cool with this. And I know those would probably be the ones that he would get me, because I was so blind. Like I just always pretended like I always knew where the ball went. I had no idea. Like, this way. And he goes, I think it went that way. I'm like, oh yeah, that way. I just can't, even when I see it on TV, I never watch golf, but if I happen to pass it, I'm like, what is the camera on? I'm technically legally blind. And now this macular degenerative thing, blah, 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 blah. So I'm not surprised it's bright like this. To me, I'll take it all as synchronistic little nods from the universe. How about that? And whereas, you can be in that dark negative space where you see something like that and you're just like, fucking golf ball, get out of my way. Could have tripped my bike and I would have fallen in the canal. Like, it always depends on your demeanor and the energy that you carry. That's going to be the experience you have. And all of us were in alignment. Oh, thanks, guys. Ah, that's cool. Well, thanks, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Talca Detector. And thank you, Sarah. Thank you for that. So yeah, Sarah, I'm excited. It's kind of, I'm not sure if I have so many fun little tales, so much of the woo, so many experiences. And I don't think I got to share this with Andy, with you guys on there, but Garyl, I've been on Garyl and Jane's show. I've been on multiple shows where I have this timeline of these paranormal events that happen for me. And super light filled when I'm a child, innocent child, dark when I'm an early teen, really, really dark, like scary shit. And then kind of lighter when I'm older. Except, well, I shouldn't say that when my son, I did talk about my son having the night terrors and seeing reptilian stuff and things like that. That wasn't very fun. But my case in point, I realized the situations I was having was, to me, dependent upon the energy space that I conducted myself. The times that when I lived here from 12 to like 16, well, I was here longer, but the times that I had those experiences, those encounters were dark. I was a depressed kid. I was dealing with that. I was very alone, very lonely. And my mom was studying all this stuff, like opening up channels and whatever you're thinking of, whatever goes along with that. There's so many ways to think about it, but I was like, why was that so dark? Was it because I read communion? And then I had these images in my head. Was it dark, or could it have been a magical experience? And it was really just me being like, sorry, another plug situation. And was it just the fear in me? Like we were talking on Alienate UK, because I was in a fearful state already. Was that why I was having a bad experience? Like my little Bigfoot encounter. I was happier than shit. I loved the woods. I loved everything I saw. I was like, woo, bean, and it was a great moment. Little orbs and things felt really good. Talking to the trees, the flowers were answering me back, and then these little orbs come by dancing. I had no fear, no nothing. And it was a beautiful experience. And then the darkness that was here. Was that dark? Was that military involved? Did that even happen? Like, hi. Hello, fellow tree hugger. Oh, yes. Poncho, welcome back. Hi, Poncho. I use the Nike Predator golf ball. As soon as it's in the tree, they vanish. A la Predator. Do you golf, Blazer? I say we road trip to Montana, everybody. Just saying. So, speaking of, I don't know if I shared this with you, Blazer. It was a little bit of a Father's Day gift for the giant. We were supposed to go on this huge boat cruise with a bunch of people. Really foo-foo trip. Like we were like, okay, this is gonna be birthdays and this is gonna be anniversaries. Like we were putting it in there, and saved and whatever, because it was like a 5-course thing, an open bar, and then this cruise around the bays and all these things, music, and we're like, let's treat ourselves and go with this big group of people that we met and love, that really do like the finer things in life. Anyway, took a travel job. We canceled, but I'm like, I can take half of that. And now I have a Father's Day gift. And I got us 2, and I put them, well, my son really did all the work. We put together 2 oversized. So they're made for a giant. They're really tall, oversized rockers, just like Dutton Ranch and Yellowstone. Like when they're sitting on their little porch and it's wooden. I thought it was going to be that HPDE, like that repurposed plasticky kind of stuff, which I'm like, looks good, but it's going to last a lot, whatever. It wound up coming to be wood, so I'm like, oh, I like it even more. Anyway, love those things. He was very moved. So we are Montana at heart, and we've never been. Another past life. I know our past life, something in Wales. Oops. Oops. Wait, what was that? How else did I get in my tree stand? Oh, what did I miss? Oh, the tree hugger. Is that for some shooting? Is that your little hunting shed? I think orbs are our heartbeats in air we see when we pass over. Ooh. Oh, I love that, Sarah. That gave me chilly bumps. She said, I think orbs are our heartbeats in the air we see when we pass over. We use them. Maybe. What if? I've had mediums stop me before. I've had personal reads twice that I like set an appointment and charge. But I've had people that did that for a living that I didn't really know them. One was on an interview. I was a guest and I didn't, they happened to be on. And then when we ended the live stream, they told me what my grandma wanted to tell me, which tripped me the fuck out. It was right on point. But they're like, this one gal in particular stopped me. She goes, why, I'm a medium. Why aren't you doing this? And I go, what do you mean? She goes, it's like a stadium around you and they're just waiting to come through you. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like, tell me, what do you want me to say? And nothing's happening. So I guess I have to figure that one out. But that could explain my Shasta story. Those who heard my Shasta story, that would explain it. But anyway, what if they were always around me? What if there were little ancestors or something? Or my little orb story when I was a kid? Cruises suck. Yes, the fun bit thing is this is one of those little, like, not one of those crazy Caribbean things, Royal Caribbean things. This is like, what would it be? Like 50 people, a yacht. And I know true boaters don't say yachts. They call them boats, but one of those, like the Odyssey in Chicago. I think that's what it's going to be like. Interestingly enough, fun fact, Pancho, where I live, all around the peninsula, there are over 100 shipwrecks. So there's a lot of ghosty ghosts. We got lighthouse ghosts. We got old, like 200 years old. And the shipwrecks are there. And at the tip of the peninsula, they have found some Viking artifacts and stuff. This area, we're in Lake Michigan, but the waterways do go out to the oceans. And of course, they were different back in the day, like, because they keep kind of diverting and changing them up. But we had access. So the shipyards and things. But these, we got a lot of haunted there's a lot of people that come and dive and look through the shipwreck. And then certain parts of the year, when the water's crystal calm, you can see from the top. Like, there's some areas around the water's so clean and clear, you can see the shipwreck right underneath. It's kind of cool. Wow, all of that over cruises suck. That's what I came up with. And Blazer Golfs lives by a golf course. There we go. And the Hunter. Okay. What's in your area, Pancho? I used to be the little girl of like, no. And then I got a giant who makes sausages and has his own meat grinder downstairs. We have my new BFF out here. Her husband's a hunter. But guess what? His meat is set for the year and multiple years, and he can gift to others. Like, I get it. But I also, and then having studied Native Americans and then taught a couple blocks on it, there's a way to do it. Not like just, I don't get into the whole for fun. Like, you use every little piece of that thing, man. So do you use every piece? Do you have someone butcher it? We have is it a half of a cow or a quarter of a cow coming? We're going in with some family on that. And the giant already met the cow. So I don't know. I don't think I would have been able to, I still got to get out of that space, but we're going to have freezers full for over, could be a year, right? Like, I get it now. I get it. I won't be like, hunting. Like, we have a hunting season up here. We have areas you don't even go in, don't even bother, especially even if you wear the clothing and stuff, the reflecting stuff, don't bother because they're in the trees everywhere waiting. It's not safe. Yeah, Blazer, did you ever get hit in the golf ball? You must be. I can't wait for the Caddyshack gifts, Blazer. Best movie ever. You've always felt that, Sarah. I liked your orb now. That felt really good. Okay, Talca detector. Here in Chile, we're in the middle of winter. There's been heavy rainfall along with overflowing rivers and missing persons. It's a very difficult winter. I'm so sorry to hear that. This Talca detector out there. I'm so sorry to hear that. I hope your family's safe and sound. Is your family safe and sound? And I'm so sorry I have not paid attention to current events around the planet. Not like some people are pretty much glued to it. You are my boots on the ground for that. So sending mad respect and support to your whole community. I hope things just chill, like relax. I know some people need waterfall, but that kind of intensity, that's a little much. So I do hope it simmers down. Simmer down now. Oh, Pancho. No, we moved in January. I left SoCal after 26 years. We were in the Midwest. I'm back. I'm a cheesehead. I didn't even go back to Chicago. That's where I moved to LA from. I am in a little town. I'm in a little town in Wisconsin. Wait, it's not British. Yeah, I'm where a lot of those activity. You've seen me tell stories. Pancho, you've heard some of my paranormal stories. I'm in the same town of those. I'm where my dad was born. I have some roots here. I'm where all my siblings and I were all conceived up here. Like it's some magical portal for my family lineage, I guess. I'm just figuring out my purpose. Yeah, my room is different. It's kind of funky. There's still Bo. He's right at my feet. Bo is here. And I'm in my closet. I'm in the closet now, guys. This is my closet. I found the screen. And oh, my plants look a little pooped out. We've thrifted this because otherwise you just see all our clothes. But my sister found us this rental, and when she showed us the house and we got here, she's like, "This could be your podcast corner," and she's right. There's beautiful. We have high ceilings in this whole place. It's a beautiful old 1906. So it'll be 120 years old. That was 1910 or 1910. We're in an old house in the historical district in the marine town. So lighthouse stories, contact stories. Oh, Pancho, a couple of blocks away is where the original APRO, the Aerial Phenomena Research Organization, was open. What are their names? Carol Lorenza. And what's her husband? Well, it turned into MUFON, I think in the 70s. After that, they moved to Arizona. But anyway, yeah, I'm in the spot. And yet I've been in tunnel vision since I moved here. We went through the blizzards. We went through all that stuff. I was kind of in this, I'm a real work, believe it or not, all the little wee life. No, I'm a beast when it comes to work, a beast. I can be as laborious as it needs to be. I'll lift the car with my hands if I have to. Like I get a job done. And you give me a punch list, I get it, and then I add to it like 500 times. Now, some business owners get offended by that. Case in point, I left my old job. And some see it as being a stressed out, whatever. And I'm like, my giant and I, he saw me work this way too. We just get shit done. So, what was my point? I don't even know where I was going with that. It'll hit me unless someone knows. Oh, wait, what? Tammy says last year my dog recovered 20 missing persons in the floods in Texas. You're talking about that big crazy one. I know which one you're talking about. They took the kids, the campsites, the campers, the little girls and stuff. Holy smokes, your dog. Look at that. Aw. Bless that little guy. What's your dog's name? You gotta give him a shout out. Plus the Wisconsin fire, bigger and worse than the Great Chicago fire. Oh, yeah, that's right. Didn't it distract? It distract from the Chicago story. Where was I just hearing that? Was that on Andy's show? Or were you guys talking about it? I heard that on a show, I think, recently. Pancho says, I hunt white-tailed deer, turkey pheasant, and fish when I can. Currently hunting wife material. Ooh, I hope you get that divine partner. And I hope if she's not a hunter, I hope she can clean them and cook them. How about that? Someplace hotter than deserts in 112. Ooh. Yes, Sarah, when we lived in LA, man, we were up to, well, I remember working on a commercial set in 126. We were in a valley that goes into the high desert, and 126. It was just survival mode. I did try to cut watermelon I'm like, this will go bad in 5 minutes, guys. You have to eat it right now or you're done. And you just have to take water in. It was so crazy. My kids remember like 118. And I do say it all the time. It annoys people that the dry heat. I love a dry heat. Now I'm back in humidity, and we're all a little extra like, even though we're on the water, it's the humidity is something else. So when people say, oh, it's going to be record-breaking heat in the 90s, we're like, but then the humidity hits and you're like, yeah, this is hot. This is hot. Excuse my French. I'm a little swear. Wisconsin, good choice. I tell you, Pancho, I get it too. I'm being tested. I've been tested this whole time I've been here so far. However, the step back in time is awesome. And my stories of 26 years in LA, once I had children, we were locked out of the medical environment, communities, locked out of the education communities. We had to build all the new systems, and which I'm so grateful for, and it's thriving. Homeschool communities and holistic communities, all these people are thriving. And I come here and my kids joined public, and I'm like, we've never done public school our whole life, but we checked it out. There's no agendas. There's no like, it's, I get it now. I'm like, oh, the whole world isn't going to shit like LA. There's some other places that are still protecting their peace. Do you know what else? This is big news. I don't know who scrolls and how you scroll, but flock cameras. I'm sure you all heard of those. I better scroll a little bit here. 100 here today in Texas. Oh boy, Tammy. Those flock cameras. I'm going to need a set of coveralls. Poncho, I got a corner in my closet. What color? Oh, yes. I do have a few. But I do need more. My Dickies are my favorite, but I did get them, gosh, like 25 years ago. So now they're kind of Halloween costumey because I'm a little more womanly. They're a little tight. So I need to get some more. So you just gave me clearance to get some more overalls. Very Human here came to watch Heidi on a break. Oh, thanks, Tammy. Camp Mystic, that was it. Oh, broke my heart. Damn. He's Molinos? I'm not sure what you mean. Betting he's Molinos? Am I reading that wrong? Canine Bach, he's from Republic of Czech. They named him Bach. Oh, the dog. Okay. Canine Bach. He's from the Republic of Czech. They named him Bach. Oh, bless Bach. Thank you, Bach. Am I saying that right? Bach, right? Why don't you seawater jet sprays to cool the land down? Oh, Sarah, there's so many things they could have done in SoCal. I was part of that whole, we were evacuated twice last year. Student, my class lost everything. Like so many times people are like, this was set up this way because this should have not happened, period. And then you see huge swarms coming in and they get to LA and dissipate and then they start again, like rain and things. Like it's don't even get me started on all that stuff. Partly why I went. I think we were done putting our protection up all the time. We just wanted to go chill in the woods and look at some craft in the sky. Got to duck out. Okay, bye, Poncho. Thank you. Army dogs. Okay. Oh, Belgian Malinois. Oh, Belgian Malinois. Malinois. Ooh, beautiful. That's the kind of dog. So cool. Well, gosh. What was I saying before that? I don't remember. It'll come back at some point. I will narrow it down to Sarah, yes. And Border Patrol. Oh, man. Bo, are you hearing this? Well, my dog screams if I go to the bathroom, so. But he could use he's got some attachment issues. And we just found out this poor little dog, since we moved here, we've been to the doctor twice now. And the third time, well, it's ears. So we're like, oh, Cocker Spaniel ears. He's getting moisture and he's getting infection. No. Every time you go to the doctor, you get cleaned out and fixed up. And we weren't usually people that would just run to the doctor, but this was like, give us damn relief. This is not what we think it is. This is something else. Help us. We kept coming home, and then just a week or two later, it would happen again and go back. Anyway, damn food. Some of the food that even says he's got a chicken allergy. When it says no chicken, oh no, you got to read the Willy Wonka fine print. There's like always like some sort of chicken blend or anything. This is in the wet and the dry. And I try to always find the cleanest I can possibly find. And they still sneak it in there. So this poor dude, we finally got him off all things chicken and it's starting to clear up. But when my giant's doing his sausages, we're like, just let's do our own dog food. So we're starting to do that. Just have to be mindful of the chicken. Just saying, no chicken. SE Patrol. Thank you, Taco Detector. We'll be in touch. Hey, TKB, how the heck are you? Jupiter will be back tomorrow. Love on the way. Hang in there. We don't eat chicken. Pork strong. Oh, my dude's a pork guy. The giant, they had a pork farm in Poland. That was their contribution to the town. But that little boy, he used to do all the butchering and things when he was little. I don't know. That's too much for a little guy. I don't know. Anyway. Well, goodness, guys. I went, woo, okay. So much for my 20-minute live. Thank you for the chit chat. I'm going to be back next. Before I do anything, I'm going to look, because one of these weeks, on August 4th, it is, let's see, 28th. Ooh, no. We'll figure it out. I'll post. If you don't see me Tuesdays, you will see me Wednesdays. That will be the new weekly live. Holy smokes, and I can't wait. So here's my goal. What am I putting out there? What am I going to do? Let's see if I can find another cloaked bean. I will not be surprised with this higher frequency that I am now walking in again, thankfully. Thank you. Thank you, friends, for that. Thanks, Tammy. You the same. Have a wonderful one. Who's Wyoming? Ooh, who's Wyoming? Oh, he's in Montana, TKB. Yes. Blazers, Montana. I'm putting it out there. What am I putting out there? A new story to tell. I am not going to be surprised. And I'm not going to be something that's just going to turn something in and make it into a story just for the clicks and the likes and whatever. I am going to literally share my human experience, continue to do so, but I will not be surprised if there will be another encounter that makes me question all things humanity. In a good way. In a good way. The veil is thin. The veil is very thin. My dark cloud that has been hovering over me for some time. And I don't think Elsa brought it in. I don't think the weather brought it in. I don't think the town brought it in. I thought I forgot who the heck I was. And my guard was down. And thank you to this beautiful community. Oh, goodness. Is this Hex Pal again? Quint the Sharker, I see your age. We have an age requirement here. This isn't my teacher channel. I just want to welcome the newness of it all. I feel like I'm starting over again here, 7 months later. So coming in a new way to this experience. And I'm looking forward to seeing how it unfolds. So thank you so very much. Again, Jane's still here. Blazer, you're here. I think Quint the Sharker thinks he's full of sharks right now. Thank you. Like it up, as Kiss would say. Yes. Thank you for that. TKB, guess what? I was throwing it out there. I think I'm going to pull up some interviews again. Because why not? Now that I got some time and energy to spare. Thank you, Gerald and Jane. Thank you, Blazer. Thank you, Andy. Andy of Alienate UK. Andy Decodes. Thank you, Matthew Mornian. Thank you for reminding me of those tools that I learned so long ago. Matthew has gone through the ringer as far as communities and things, but when people on back channels are just as authentic as you hope them to be, and when you meet them in person, they're authentic. I've also read his book, and people can come hard. They can be whoever the hell they want to be, but are they really delivering who they say they are? And Matthew, to me, has always shown up. And there's too many tales that I've had with him where I'm like, there's no way he would know this unless he truly is who he says he is. So thank you, Matthew, you and Nora, for reminding me to sometimes just scream in a pillow. And that's what I did. Did I have the orb fly by? What you talking about? Did I take KB? Because I was told on Andy Decode's Alienate UK that happened. One was on my little shoulder and it went around this, or vice versa. Really, Blazer? Now, I see my little human was like justifying. I'm going to move something. You tell me if this is it. Wait, that's not. Here, it's moving now. No? Does that do anything? Because I have this cool little, this little, it used to be in my classroom in the window, but it's not a prism or anything. It's just really pretty. It's a bunch of purple crystals and a lotus and things. Was it purple? It did. Watch the rerun. Oh, how exciting. Okay. Well, there was validation. Look what I was just talking about. I'm literally going, hello, Findale. I'm here. I'm here to process. And I've got my guards up. And my Scorpio tail is polished and sharpened. So don't try me. With a wink and a smile. All right. Well, I'll smell y'all later. Thank you so very much. And I'll see you next week. But I'll also be in those channels. I've it's so interesting. And I don't know if this who Scorpio, Blazer's Scorpio, but who else is a Scorpio? When the going gets tough, Scorpios go away. They just hide. They just lick their wounds and they go through their dramas like this. They do not ask for help and they hide. And even that goes on with even being on YouTube, like chats and things. You just like, and I'm back. So I will annoy the fuck out of all you, excuse my French, with emojis and everything, just to fill up your chats and bump your algorithms. Many blessings to you. October 27th. Yes. Okay. That's right. Joaquin Phoenix, I think, the 27th or 28th. I knew I liked you, Blazer. All right. I'm going to watch that rerun and look for the orb. And thank you for telling me you saw that, because now I'm going to look for it. Many blessings to you guys. Thank you so very much. And we'll see you next week on a live. But you'll see me everywhere in the meantime. Okay. Bye. Smell you later. Bye.